Okay, and we should be live. Hello, everybody! Welcome back. After our 2-week absence, we unfortunately did not. We ironically did not get all the yard work we needed done last week, but we have to wait on pulling the brush out before we turn it down because there's road construction near us.
Oh, okay, so before I do anything, since it's been a week, let's recap.
It's been 2 weeks since you looked at us.
Alright, so last time, we managed to get Ben, nice and healthy and stuff. She can walk around the world with no problem. The only issue is that Zelda kind of had to give up her essence in order to, cure Midna. So, that's a bummer. And we also kind of have, a weird evil fragment in our head, so we're still stuck in the wall. So we gotta do something about that.
Yes. Not to mention all those giant evil columns.
Yep, so we're actually gonna be starting our journey today by obtaining an artifact that will allow us to not be a wolf all the time.
We're on the master quest.
Yes, we're on a master quest. Monkey!
Say and do.
So, creepy puppets.
Shinta, big fan of your Persona videos. Well, you'll be seeing more next year. I still have to write the script for them, unfortunately, because, oh god, so many delays this year. What's your opinion on Persona Trinity Soul? Most fans seem to dislike it, but would have loved a game about it. I have never seen Persona Trinity Soul. I actually know pretty much nothing about it because it's so little discussed or mentioned anywhere. Hell, I don't even have a good reference to look it up. I'm betting it's an A1 Pictures production because that's A1 Pictures.
That sure is a pretty forest. You know the one I found over there on the other side of the cliff? If you're going, please be careful.
Stupid spider monkeys.
So there's another section of forest beyond this cliff. Alright, Link, let's go. Leap, leap, leap.
Leap to your doom.
Nope, we found a new area. I just know how vicious Wolf Link is.
Actually, yes, it is Trinity Soul, it means. Okay, yeah, then that answers it because a lot of A1 Pictures productions are just bad. If not animated bad, then poorly adapted. I think that's supposed to be a high note. Terror of Death. Greetings from the Forgotten Circle of Hell, also known as Florida. Get out while you still can. If at all possible, obviously.
This is how furries communicate with each other.
DJ Toke, if I remember, you pick Chie for the main character in Persona 4, but who do you pick for the main character in Persona 3? I haven't really played Persona 3. Like, Alexis has played, I've been watching, but I've not really gotten to it myself. Probably Mitsuru.
Yeah, she seems like she's your type.
Yeah. But considering, you know, the ending for the character, that's kind of a moot point.
Yeah. Oh, I do know one of my surprise favorites was actually Yukari. I mean, she has to be based. She goes on to becoming Feather Pink. Like, that's
yes, cool. in the Persona internal Sentai team roster. Oh, and speaking of, if you've not looked it up on the wiki, yes, Featherman are a Jetman reference, and in fact, thanks to Persona 3, they actually do homages to every single one of Jetman's episode titles. And they lean more on the Narihisa Arakawa and Kenichi Araki side of that series as fans than of Toshiki Inue's contributions to Jetman. Golden Garo, hey Alexa, since you're the Zelda girl among your roommates, do you have Tears of the Kingdom yet? And for the both of you, have you seen any of the constructs and what are your favorites? I've seen a bunch of the constructs. My favorite is basically anyone who tries to build a giant robot, with the exception to that one that actually built a literal Trojan horse.
I have not played Tears of the Kingdom. There's just not enough time in the day, and I don't even have the game, so it's not like a lack of interest, more so a timing thing. But I am so in awe of the amount of creations that have been done in this game. Like, people, I'm pretty sure this is what Eiji Aonuma and Nintendo have fully intended for the game.
Shinta, why does Persona 5's anime feel so meh compared to playing the game? Persona 4's anime and game both work well, but I don't seem to enjoy 5's anime. That seems to be the popular issue, and the problem is, once again, A1 Pictures, and them focusing not on the things they should have. Like, they put in too many original events that don't matter, and that supersedes focus on the things that should. Like, as much as we want to see the characters going on a date, or the characters we want Ren to be a paramour with going on a date, it doesn't work as well when you spend like 5 minutes on Haru shopping for teacups. DJ Toku, Des, what's your favorite Onimusha game again? -3. Honestly, I like all of them, just in different ways for different things they do. I really like how 3 is one of the few competent executions of a time travel plot. It's not perfect, but it's functional. Samurai Destiny, though, has a lot of replay value because you can get to know each of the 4 companions, even though one is story-locked and focused, so you don't need to focus on her as much. I guess Onimusha 3 is comparable. Onimusha 3 is the comparable merits thing where you have an active companion as a deuteragonist.
Hello, Skull Kid.
And John Reno. It's hard to say bad things about John Reno. Also, Onimusha 3 has the merit of not using the same maps again as Onimusha 2 did.
Alright, welcome to the Sacred Grove.
Sacred Grove behind the secret door. Brad the Harris, I found the Persona 4 anime knew what was important to focus on and what to compress, like all the social links you did during the summer episodes. Persona 5 anime felt all over the place. Yes, exactly. Especially considering the summer episodes are often considered the best episodes of Persona 4's anime because of how they structure all those extraneous social links into a single ongoing narrative. Like that, it takes talent. That takes awareness of what's important in the story, whereas a lot of A1 Pictures adaptations don't seem to understand what is important, and what they change or redistribute focus on undermines the overall stories of the works they're adapting. Primus versus Unicron. Original version or HD. This is the GameCube version. I mean, having the GameCube controller set up in the top right should kind of be the tip-off. Frickin' scarecrows.
That's the Skull Kid.
Frickin' scarecrows. Oh, if it's the Skull Kid, then that means that there's the Skull Man around here somewhere, and that means that,
I'm getting attacked by puppets!
yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, if that's the Skull Kid, then that means that somewhere there in here there's a Skull Man, and it means Shotaro Shinomori is going to be able to sue someone. Lost my train of thought there for a second.
Good thing it didn't go off the rails.
Hmm. Golden Girl is just glad they didn't get their hands on the upcoming Altair Rise anime. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I apologize. I've never heard anything about that series.
I heard it's a pretty... Oh, gosh dang, I can't really...
Yeah, don't stop to check the chat.
Oh, no, I wasn't even checking the chat. I was checking the guidebook.
Tear Death, just starting asking if this annoying one's next part of your Xenogears review coming out because I really enjoyed part 1. It's gonna be a while because I actually ended up releasing it early because of, I started releasing the reviews early because Monolith Soft released, Future Redeemed far earlier than anyone expected. Like, it was supposed to be much later in the year than its actual release date, but I'm guessing they said, well, this is done and completely bug-checked, might as well put it out. So yeah, I had to rush that out, and then YouTube screwed me on that because it put it back to being unlisted for some reason. So it actually didn't release relative to it. Like, my only defense there is just the inbuilt disclaimer on it that the entire video series was written, filmed, and edited before any of the Xenoblade 3 DLC was distributed. So it's like any inaccuracies in my presentation are consequently a result of that. I actually need to check part 3 just to make sure my discussion of a certain artifact hasn't been that deeply altered by some of the revelations in there, because I don't want to get it spoilery into either the Xenogears, Xenosaga, or Xenoblade plot details.
Let's just say that Monolith Soft, they cooked.
Yes.
Like actual mad lads.
Because as a reminder, I wrote the Xenogears, or rather, to make everybody aware who actually watches the streams, I wrote the Xenogears script after we played everything short of Xenoblade 3's DLC, so we were aware of everything, maybe not all the super specific minute details. In fact, I found a massive article about Xenosaga 1, 2, and 3's development that I gotta reference for when I do those videos, but everything game-wise for the larger franchise, bar that DLC, was in front of us at the time. HA5. So I'm playing through Violet and I'm up to the Penny battle, and looking back, I kinda sad they never introduced a new evolution for all EV team. I know, right? We're overdue for a new evolution.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like the last one was Sylveon in Gen 6.
Yeah.
It's Gen 9. Everybody, especially since they released a new evolution every 2 gens and they missed out on Gen 8. Like, I guess Terra typing is the exception there, because then you can create a dragon evolution through the Terra typing, but it's not the same.
Right.
I swear, Gen 10 has to make up for it by creating 4 evolutions, if they actually can go through with that. Of course, then the question would be, well, what's going to be their typing? Doesn't matter.
Like, and it's just also a creativity kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Also, the chat is agreeing with me that we need a Dragon-type Eevee.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Like, something that could, like, perfectly counterbalance the... Or, not counterbalance, but, like, you know, the juxtaposition of Sylveon versus, you know... Like, what if, like, if Sylveon's clearly a magical girl, then what if, like, the Dragon Eevee was, like, a, wider reference or something?
DJ Toby, so what does Prospera rate for you guys on the scale of crazy Gundam antagonists?
She's currently, like, sitting comfortably in the middle section.
Yeah, it's
like,
apparently top 5 for DJ Togu. My position is, she's not crazy, she's angry. She is very, very angry, and she has used that anger to drive her actions, and she has become blinded by that rage. Even though, you know, she doesn't really show it, but she is definitely horribly, horribly manipulative.
Yeah, it's like, the fact that, like, after all this, she's gaslighting, everybody to suit her ends.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she's not the one pulling the trigger to make rash decisions. You are. You want it?
Yeah. It's like, you can definitely call her a manipulative B-word because she is, but actual insanity, not so much so far.
Yeah, like, because I remember learning about this in psychology class, but labeling the word crazy gets thrown around too much.
Yeah,
because like crazy has to refer to actual mental illness, but no, Prospera, her anger and desire for revenge compels her to commit like horrific acts and stuff.
Yeah, there's a reason the trope of "you're mad." On the contrary, I've never been more sane exists as a thing. Mainly because claiming insanity for someone going against convention isn't quite how that should work.
But as far as like the show has a few, like, several more episodes to go through, so who knows how far Prospera will actually go, but...
Like, it's entirely possible she could have a psychotic break this first time Suletta tells her no.
Right, like, if Suletta actually manages to stand up to Prospera and basically tell her, "Stop it, Mom, I'm not gonna listen to you anymore."
Yeah, because it's definitely a thing that, from my perception, that Prospera does care about Suletta, but Prospera just cares about what she wants more. It's like she's not a completely uncaring parent, but it is showing more and more the same thing we saw with the other parents in G-Witch, that she is viewing Suletta as an extension of herself and her goals, which is not a good thing, and is part of the generational trauma that perpetuates cycles of abuse and inequality.
We are the guardians of this land. Guide us to where we once stood. Only then can you enter the true sacred grove. Terror of Death, again, I've said it before, she's won the Gendo Ikari Award this season for Worst Parent in Anime. This season, yes. In anime, that's very, very debatable. They both move at the same time, right?
There, you got it. Turn around.
Dang it.
Yeah.
You want to get a
No. I can get this. I can get this for you. You know, from where it was before.
Oh.
From where it was before.
Whoops. Yep.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, so you know how to get back to where you were? No, that's not what I wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't know the controls, that's the problem. Yeah, because what you did wrong was you made them jump one higher when they were at a paralleling point. So instead of moving in a way which would move both of them at the same time, you moved in a way which moved only one of them. Okay, now you need to move the left one left, and so they're in the same paralleling point, and then drag. You can pull them together after that. What you did was what you did wrong was you went up one with the left one that put him out of alignment.
Alright, so where do I go?
So you need to move Link to the right. Yes. And then you need to move both of... Oh crap, that's the problem. Yeah, there's the problem. Okay, so yeah, forget me. Yeah, it looks like you have to walk one of them around the lap after you get them back to that point, parallel point. Golden Girl also just was the pre-Doge meme always in Battle Network, or was that added in the Legacy Collection? I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. Like, I know what the Doge meme is, but I'm not sure about what you're referring to in the Legacy Collection.
Screwing up here.
So what's the order of operations supposed to be?
Left.
Yeah.
Down. Right. Right. Up. Left. Up. Up. Left.
Yeah. Okay, then you need to walk one of them around the loop. Yeah. See how that's working?
Down.
And that should be right.
Right.
And then down.
And finally up.
Oh, up. Yeah, orientation. There it goes.
Yay!
It's the fact that they move in opposite directions. Like having to keep track of two of them at the same time.
Go down to the sacred place, beast.
Kainsor Kaijin, hello Shinta, have you seen the new preview for the Shin Japan Hero Universe Robo yet? Yes, and my consistent question is, what the actual hell? Also, why does it have the face of Engine O and Gokai O?
Alright, but here's an important moment.
Oh great, we're about to become King of England. Well, Queen in your case.
Mm-hmm. Saber!
Isn't it usually in a temple?
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But
Sienna Contiello questions, anyone tried building the Kiryu kit from Axe? Alexis has.
I haven't finished it yet. But look.
By the power of Hylia, I have the power!
The sword accepted you as its master. This thing is the embodiment of the evil magic that Sant cast on you. It's definitely different from our tribe's shadow magic. Careful, if you touch it, you'll turn back into a beast. This thing's too dangerous. It's probably for the best if we just leave it here, huh?
But then someone else could find it.
But on the other hand, if we kept it, you'd be able to transform into a beast anytime you wanted. Yes, since Sant was kind enough to give this to us, we should be thankful and use it all we can. That impish smile.
So now Wolf is Link is officially a werewolf.
You can be a wolf anytime you like. Also, thanks to this thing, you can warp whenever you want by switching into wolf form.
Stare death, bad dis bad, no mixing references like that.
Also,
you kidding? I've been out punning Alexis as of late.
I'm howling mad because of it.
The chat can't see you glaring at me.
Oh, I'm glaring at him right now.
Wait, did Link's scabbard magically change? Yes.
Also, look at Minna trying to, like, butter us up. Hey, but listen, Link, I've got a little favor to ask. Would you mind coming with me to find something called the Mirror of Twilight? It's hidden somewhere in Hyrule.
See, if they're seeking the Twilight Dragon.
About that.
I know.
Yes, the Mirror of Twilight, our last potential link to Zant. Somebody's being a little tsundere. Alrighty. But yeah, we now have the Master Sword, so we can... So from here on, we could progress with the story, but I figured we spend a little bit of time, like, hunting for items and stuff.
I mean, we only just spent a half hour on getting the Master Sword, so we got the time. HA5 is good thing you could get the rock off. Jack Horner couldn't get it off. And he couldn't get off normally, so...
I got a snail.
Does it turn into a Gatling gun?
No, I'm sorry, but no Gatling guns for you.
Last.
No. The correct terminology is DACA. There we go. Bombs!
Water bombs do splash damage.
Finish him! Your soul is mine!
Quote the Raven nevermore.
Nevermore! Nevermore!
What, you little? I mean, you're at 300 rupees, so...
Yeah, like, if I need to get a bit, I really go on some bug hunting if I want to upgrade my wallet.
Yeah, bug hunt. A bug hunt. Sienna, Contiello, I shipped them, Link and Midna. Honestly, the nice thing about Link is because all the incarnations of Link are both the same Link, yet different Links, you could genuinely feasibly ship them with a bunch of different characters that aren't Zelda.
Manifesting treasure chest.
So what you're saying is you just fought a bunch of plant mimics to reveal the chest.
Correct. I've ascended!
So is that new Mortal Kombat a remake or prequel since it's called 1? I have no idea. I didn't.
I know the answer to this.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that. That popped up when I was not active.
Mortal Kombat 1 is a pseudo reboot / sequel to Mortal Kombat 11.
They looped it.
Basically, apparently at the end of Mortal Kombat 11, Liu Kang became a god and remade a reality.
Huh.
So now we're at Mortal Kombat 1.
Okay. The original Mortal Kombat was not labeled Mortal Kombat 1, so they can do that.
But here's the thing. Do you want Mortal Kombat, or Mortal Kombat? I am referring to 3 separate games when I say that.
Well, obviously we want to test our might.
You know I would whoop your butt.
Yeah, I'm betting the second Mortal Kombat 1 is the one related to the movies.
No, the original Mortal Kombat 2009,
Oh, right, they didn't actually label it. Yeah, my awareness of Mortal Kombat is the song and the movie. That's about it.
I don't know what I want to do next.
Yeah, DJ Toku hates time stuff. Probably wouldn't be a good idea to grab the DS9 I hate temporal mechanics clip. If you guys don't know about that, Chief O'Brien had an episode where he was teleporting through time. It was fun. Like, it was one of the better Star Trek episodes that have to do with mucking with time. So we know there's a high rule, and a mid rule, and a low rule. I wonder where we'll finally see left rule and right rule.
That's just silly.
It was a thing.
Malamart. Hello! I only have 300 rupees right now.
Yeah.
So we have to donate 700 more.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's look at our golden bugs. So yeah, one thing I've been kind of neglecting to do during these streams is bug hunting, which, you know, if we don't hunt for bugs, then we don't get, like, we can't upgrade our wallet and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Meter reviews. In my personal experience, unless the whole series / franchise revolves around such, time travel stories tend to be mid at best. Honestly, the one-off time travel episode is not the problem. Not even an arc. It's a matter of planning, because I can name full-on series that don't work under understandable rules of time travel. Case in point, the anime Buddy Complex on that, and that was a big Sunrise failure. But yeah, it requires the writers actually understand the fiction around time travel, because a lot of them are contingent on the same ideas and stories, which get time travel to work through means of functional rules, and the paradoxes aren't necessarily the point. They're the contradiction that has to be avoided or resolved as part of the story. If they have no means of resolving the paradoxes that they're the way they tell the story creates, then they're telling a bad story with it. Unless, you know, they're completely absurd with it, where they are intentionally breaking the rules, which I know a few stories that have done that, and I can't just I can't help but slap my head at some of them, because they did not do it deliberately when they fucked that up. And the other ones that go completely wonky with it, I can't help but applaud, because the entire point of those stories tends to be time is breaking down. Like, ZO is the consistent example I can give of a group, and the same stories by that same producer are all examples of a producer literally not giving a shit about consistency, and yet using the time travel storyline, because when done well, it brings the house down. But because you don't know how to use it, you create a complete fucking mess. DJ Tuku, Flint the Time Detective is a good example of that, because it builds consistent rules, and when they diverge from their own rules, they have a reason for it.
Like, I was gonna say that, like, think of, time travel as sort of you would magic. Magic has its own inherent rules and stuff in every setting. So, like,
Yeah, honestly, it's the way SF Debris also described time travel as a story device. It's like, it's a trick, it shouldn't work, but when it's done well, it brings the house down. But the more you're allowed to focus on the details of why things happen, the more you realize there's the contradiction that gets in play. So the key to a good time travel story is to not contradict yourself. Yeah, HJ5's time travel is a trope I feel I dislike the more I see it, because so many writers do not know how to use it. That's something I've beaten to the ground with just the videos I've done about Japanese stories using time travel. They don't know how to do it. Which is ironic, because the last time I really railed on them not knowing how to use time travel was around the time Buddy Complex was releasing, so if I had been aware of actively ongoing anime at that point, I would have actually been able to use that as a current events example. HJ5s, I remember there was this anime where I hated the ending because it ends in a time loop, so it just goes back to the beginning. I hope you're not talking about Big O, because I kind of explained that it doesn't really end in time loop. But yeah, there's so many anime that use time travel just for the reset button, and it's not great. Like, the reset button ending from a time travel story is usually the cop-out ones. Like, even Star Trek Voyager suffered from using that reset button more than it should have. And not just its normal reset button, but when it would do a Mucking with Time episode, they would do more active reset buttons. And there's a difference between resolving the conflict of the person using time travel so things are returned to the way they are, and then there's the reset button where nothing is made to matter, which gets more people annoyed because you just wasted all their time. That's also the one that Toei keeps relying on, and no one likes it. Terror Death, hey Des, going back to your Kamara example, Kabuto did time travel right. It did! That's the funny thing about that. Even Godspeed Love does it correctly because it's erasing a broken timeline. Like, there was no way to fix that world, so literally changing time as the reset button, that's the exception, because what you're doing ends up mattering. In Kabuto's use of time travel was in short bursts with Hyperclock Up. That wasn't how they relied on using it. They did for short bursts to change something that just happened instead of entirely rewriting everything. Obviously, with Godspeed Love being the exception to that. Bradley Harris, the only time I feel time travel works as a plot device is when the characters can revere with the past just to observe it, if that counts. That's the fixed timeline interpretation of a time travel plot, where you go back to the past and can't change anything because you were either preordained to be part of those events, or what was set in motion cannot be changed by the time travelers. Now, there are exceptions to that, but generally that goes into the ordained by fate thing, and, free will kind of gets crushed under that interpretation. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but you can tell good stories with it. John556 reading a Kogias Transformers Prime fic that is awesome, and as it calls Suzaku out. Yeah, I need to get back to reading that one, as I've not actually gotten back to reading that in like 6 to 9 months. I've been busy.
Now that's just prime.
Yeah. Rather here, so something more akin to Doctor Who episode Meet Rose, where the changes of time make things worse. Yeah, kind of. I could see that functionally working. Or the Father's Day one. That's also a good example of that. Yeah, since to kind of just wrap up the time travel storyline thing, it's good when the writer understands what they're working with. And unfortunately, everyone wants to write a time travel story because they think they know the best way to do it, as it's something that's just is in people's heads that they want to see it done. Unfortunately, so many bad writers do it that while people want to see it, they also are sick of it being done badly. Like, there's a reason why the time travel fix-it fic is so common among fanfiction writers. But anyways, how is our bug hunt?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the moment, and I'm about to go hunt for some butterflies. Because nobody ever suspects the butterfly.
The mighty monarch!
You can't exactly turn into a wolf in front of somebody, because that'll make them question everything. Like, why did that guy turn into a wolf? Why did I, feel funny things when I see people turn into animals?
Meteor Rose. I misremembered it was Father's Day. Meet Rose was a pro story. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, by the way, Midnight is top tier. Like, no question.
I mean, she literally tops Link.
Damn right she does. Ouch. Wow, wow.
Emerald DC, speaking of fanfics, I was reading a Code Geass Final Fantasy XIV fanfic, and I was surprised to see you left a review on it. Yeah, I actually mentioned that one when we were doing the Final Fantasy XIV pre-stream. Warriors of Light. It was actually kind of the reason why we got into the idea of going back to Final Fantasy XIV for streaming, or at least will be once I am done scripting for the year. Also, Golden Girl just spoiled a bit of later Final Fantasy XIV's expansions for us. Endwalker did time travel, but because it was to a point in time so far in the past, it didn't matter as much as it was used to let the player know the history of the world. That is another good way to utilize time travel, where it's not interventionary, it's historical. Like early Doctor Who episodes did historicals like that, where the characters would be involved, but they would not change anything. Right there. So the townspeople seem oddly cool with the castle being trapped in a dark pyramid.
It's Tuesday for them.
Probably aren't paying attention to it.
What? We're gonna ignore it like we ignore the squid.
Can they even see the shadows?
No, they can't. The Twilight monsters? No, they can't. Or... Ow. I don't mean it. I don't want to roll into objects constantly. That the girl actually kept rolling everywhere.
Okay, I've been trying to avoid it, but the chat is now discussing the Owl House with Luz going back and assisting Philip, and how that caused, how her screw up caused a bunch of that.
Now, can I take that one? Because I actually really like that, because the funny thing about history is, like, when certain events become vague and things get lost to the sands of time, who did what and when and everything and all that stuff becomes lost. And if, you know, Bellows was fully aware of what, like, the past history and stuff like that, then it's one of those, like, the preordained kind of things.
Yeah, it's like Bellows would not realize the significance until Luz was already there. And had Luz not gone back in time, one can still say that Philip, aka Bellows, would have still eventually done what he did. It just would have taken him more time. It was a case of inevitability, but which like frees up any time loop paradox constraint problems, because had Luz not gone back in time, then everything else would have still happened. So it's like her blaming herself for it is misplaced, but her blaming herself for it shows why she is a good person, because she is concerned that she was inevitably the cause of all this suffering when no Bellows would have come about anyways. It's kind of that Thanos "I am inevitable" line.
No thank you, Big Titty Fortune Lady. You're the wrong house.
Yeah.
But
Golden Garo is also telling us that the time travel plot in Endwalker leads to one of the greatest moments in Final Fantasy period, and hopefully Alexis, John, and I will be able to actually see it for ourselves if and when we get to Endwalker.
hello, a small girl.
With pigtails.
You're not a bug.
And a weird hat.
You're a person. Still, you're wearing those clothes, and that tells me you like bugs too. Oh boy, I forgot the formalities. You have an audience with the Princess of the Bug Kingdom. Agatha is my name.
Actually, I just realized something. She is a young Cindy Megas. Which Cindy Megas? I don't care.
I've invited the 24 golden bugs of the world to the ball, but I don't know if they got lost in the way or what, but they're not here, that's for sure. If you see them, would you please bring them here to Agatha's castle and tell them the princess awaits? Oh boy, if you have a bug with you now, please give it to me. The ball must begin.
Are you sure they all got their invitations? No, please help me!
Oh boy, where's your friend, your little male ant? Aren't you a little cutie, little ant? I might mistake you for a crane and put you in my cereal. We can now hold it to 600 rupees. And for getting a bug set, we get 100 bucks. So nice of this girl.
Rabbits vs. Unicron. Where are Agatha's parents? They're with the shoe gods now.
Yes, they're with the shoe gods now. And it's like it shows like strapping them to a rocket like in Tears of the Kingdom. Shaku with you.
Lady Hood review. Some reason I look at Agatha and hear Arlene Sorkin's voice. I gotta hear it. Yeah. Not as nasally, honestly, but
honestly, the funniest part of Agatha. I know you have bugs. No, I don't. You have a snail on you. Like, honestly, Agatha's the kind of character where if she had a stand, like, we would spend several chapters trying to, like, overcome her stand.
She'd have weather report.
No, she wouldn't. No, it's all about bugs. You have to be thematically appropriate.
Nito reviews, is that a spoiler for the latest King Odra episode? No, I was just making an offhand reference.
Oh, but look. Da-da-da-da! Greetings and salutations, good sir. Welcome to the kingdom of hopes and fondest dreams.
Ah!
In this place, you can taste the life of a circus star and get your hands on a gear that boggles minds. It is our earnest hope that you find delight playing the Star Game. The rules are exceedingly simple. So all you must endeavor to do is track down all the glowing orbs and collect them all before time runs out.
First letter of each line spells star.
The Star Game! Rather outstanding name, I must say. Step right up, shyness be gone, it's only 10 rupees, who is up to the challenge?
I'm terrified beyond the point of rational thought.
We're not leaving here until we beat this game!
Or you run out of money.
Oh.
Can you actually win this game?
You don't. You just get a little better each time. I almost had that. I choked the last second. Remember, kids, gambling is fun. Gamble your life savings away. Listen to Auntie Lexi.
Yeah, you had 2 left after that.
Remember, if you lose all your money, you're now part of the circus forever. We did it! Impossible. What a happy day this is! The debut of a new star! Showers of applause all around! To the star I shall give this!
Yes, because no one expected the power of a grappling hook!
You got the big quiver. It can now hold up to 60 arrows. Very well, the next stage will be one created just for you, good sir. I would expire should you decline. Please, you must try it when it is ready. I shall remember this. Somebody's a bit salty. Eek, it's him! Oh, look, we got groupies. And they're... Hey. Don't you just love it when you get groupies?
Yeah.
They see me rolling. Alrighty.
Emerald DC is asking about my old Digimon World 3 review and how I think you mentioned that the game was missing the post-game. No, the guide was missing any details of the post-game of the game. Like, it stopped at the end game of the story and not anything you do in the aftermath of it. Like, I went over that before I actually went to the game. It was just a bunch of extra battles.
Hi, Mr. Poe.
Like, it's kind of a thing I do where if a game is a post-game, I will stop right before the actual normal end game and then recap the bonus content after the game, so you end my recap of the story on the actual ending of the story.
Ah, that's right. We have an important date.
Okay, Alice.
Alice?
You're late for a very important date. That was the...
Oh, yeah.
That was the rabbit.
Hey, that was a very lit reference. Get literature. You see, audience, every time I make a pun, I grow in power, and Des here plots to kill me.
Well, with how much size changing happens in Alice, it could be a little smallish medium.
I am killing you. No! No, the audience should not know about the smallish medium. No! No, how dare you! I am not killing Des off screen, family, or fam. He is perfectly okay.
Her blah.
Just a pillow at you. Okay. Let's not start a war here.
God, I did the Digimon World 3 review like 10 years ago.
We're old.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No, wait, that was the beginning of 2014. So, yeah, closer to 9, but still.
Alright, we're gonna be learning the Helm Splitter. It is impossible to circle around and perform a backslice against fully armored enemies that move swiftly in combat. Against such foes, you must first use a shield attack to make them flinch, but then quickly press A. You will leap into the air over the enemy's head and greet them with your blade by immediately striking from behind. This is the Helm Splitter. Show it to me!
HA5's phrasing?
What did he say?
Good thing there's no drums in that house or there'd be nothing but the sound of rim shots.
Eh.
Seriously, phrasing. Are we not doing phrasing anymore? Hey, DJ Tokyo, wait, how do we know that that's really Des off screen? Could Alexa have made an AI copy?
Listen. I am a girl boss. I have many powers that you do not know about. Like, I am all-powerful and all-knowing.
An AI cannot conceptualize my how deep my loathing goes of modern reboots. Or modern story extensions that ignore the continuity of the old content. Or characterization, for that matter. Agent Fights. Well, Archer is finally ending, so I guess not anymore. Really? Are they wrapping up? I had not heard about that.
Oh yeah, they are ending it at 14 seasons.
Long run.
Yeah.
Strong run.
Yeah, like respectable run.
So that just begs the question of how they're going to end Archer's story. I mean, Mallory's no longer in the picture to, you know, screw him over. So he could feasibly just retire. Emerald DC, yeah, I'm still surprised those old videos are still up on Dailymotion. As you said years ago, you lost the password to the account. No, I didn't lose the password to the account. I just stopped uploading there due to Dailymotion's changes in policies, making it worse than YouTube. Like, literally, you cannot watch a video on Dailymotion without a ad playing every fucking minute. And without any ability to change when the ads play.
Dig.
Might be better to boomerang them.
Or we can do it the Lexi way and just stab it.
But you can't stab when you're swimming.
Yeah, but they come to me anyway.
Golden Girl, oh god, it's a Korok circle. Can we just say how funny it is that Tears of the Kingdom players are constantly finding ways to torture the Koroks after the Korok seed mess in Breath of the Wild? Bradley Harris, IMO, a lot of modern reboots fail because the people in charge hate either the source material or the fans. Yes, exactly. Like, even the ones who say they like the fans end up screwing up because they put their own, what they want to do ahead of what would be actually respectful to the audiences that they're courting in the first place. So it's definitely not just a matter of hating the source material or the fans, it's a matter of ego.
The ego will not be triumphant. Ah, another bug set. Awesome.
Are you going to roll him down the hill?
No, yeah, so part of the reason why we are trying to gather rupees to, like, is because if we gather enough rupees, then we can fix a bridge, and if we can fix a bridge, then we can help out that Goron over there, and if we help out that Goron over there, then they'll smash a bunch of rocks for us. Trust me, it all makes sense later.
Oh no, I get the idea of chain quests.
Can I just say I love the Hyrule Fields theme at night? Like, it's just so haunting.
Like, the whistle track in it seems like it'd be something an owl would be doing.
Hoot, hoot, hoot.
And the blowfish.
Like, honestly, I don't mind Hootie, in Owl House. That guy just wanted to, like, live life and have fun and, you know, be with his family. Though, I don't know what Hootie is. Nobody will ever know what Hootie is.
I really do think the implication is he's a parasite.
What kind of sick, twisted world is this where there's an owl parasite?
It's the demon world.
True. Oh my god, the groupies are following us.
That's creepy. It's like all you need to do is bring them into a house and go, "Welcome to my creepy basement."
Or they bring you into their house and they say, "Welcome to our creepy basement. We will love you forever and ever."
And the deliberate crack in the voice is what makes it go over the top. Pure Crystal, so I'm guessing Alexis might stream Tears of the Kingdom in the near future. She does not have the game. Pure Crystal just got here, by the way, so... but yeah, we've not purchased Tears of the Kingdom. Hell, we don't even have Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I just never played.
Yeah, like, I was the first one of us to get a Switch, then Alexis got one for Christmas, and then I got John one for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. And then the demons came.
Yeah, the irony of the first game I bought for the Switch being Torna and not realize at the time that Torna would be extremely hard to get afterwards. Because I actually had to return the game because, you know, I didn't have this... I was actually after the core game first.
Nobody ever suspects the butterfly.
Everyone suspects the butterfly.
No, they don't.
The mighty monarch. The moths they never expect.
What's a moth gonna do? Then it shows Mothra rolling up with a gun.
No, Mothra shows up with a gun of string shot.
What's a string shot gonna do it?
Ironically, a silly string gun would look exactly like the pesticide gun that Spider Kimonos has, or the new guy in King Odra has. Jeremy.
Got a female butterfly.
Heh, Cure Crystal. I told you I didn't burn the school down. It was the butterfly, I tell you. The butterfly!
Yeah, it's crazy, boys. Take him away. Ow. Ow! Stop!
Oh, neat. Pure Crystal got a cosplay of Pure Wing, and they're going to wear it to Japan World Heroes.
Oh, that's nice. Good for them.
And unfortunately, with how everything is right now, we can't really do conventions. It'd be nice to, but, like, don't have the money, don't have the time.
Unless we want to sacrifice John to a demon.
Or just win the lottery.
By sacrificing John to a demon.
Yeah, I can see us doing that.
You might be wondering, Alexis, why would you sell your friend's soul to the devil?
Well, you see, we watched this instructional video series called Live Man.
It was a very informative PSA on how to sell your soul to the devil.
Yeah, DJ Toga, the name still throws me. I never thought I'd see the day where we get a Sentai Ranger named Jeremy. The irony of Jeremy being my middle name, too.
Alright, how long have we been going for, by the way?
We've been going for an hour 16.
Hour 16, eh? Alright. Well...
H.J. Fies, I recommend the documentary about selling your soul for a donut. Bradley Harris, if you ever need someone's soul, you could always use the Seal of Orichalcos. Ironically, I do not have a copy of the playable version of that card. Emerald DC, when it comes to SRW, what series you've seen from some of the older games that you were surprised haven't come back yet? For Emerald, it was Gear Fighter Dendo from Mitsuo Fukada and Chiaki Norisawa.
That is a weird one that I'm surprised hasn't come back in such capacity.
Honestly, I'd more align it on how well they could fit them in. Like, that's kind of my consistent thing. Like, usually Gundam is overused and it prevents other series from being done, but if they can amalgamate the stories properly, then go at it with including whatever older property you can. Case in point, how Gunsword came back for a couple games recently, despite having really no impetus to do so. So it's like, I'd honestly like to see Gravion make a return appearance. Or, like, I really like Tekkaman Blade to make a new appearance, but it just, as long as they fit together, I'd be happy. Rephrase, as long as they fit together with the story they wanted to tell, I would be happy.
Oh, there is, okay, so,
Pure Crystal, do not read the book on selling your soul to become a magical girl. Glaring at Alexis. Funny story, I still have the Cube plush doll in the basement.
Good question. If that thing starts to move, is that a problem?
Yes.
Okay, because I may or may not have done something. Listen, if Pargus knock starts occurring outside our window, don't look at me.
Yeah. Primus vs. Unicron, to be fair, Dante's VA was in Beef Fighter Kabuto. Dante's Japanese VA was Taurine from Kyoryuger. Toshiyuki Morikawa is everywhere. And yeah, as DJ Toku said, all the descendants of Sparta are former Toko heroes.
Alright. Okay, so we're actually going to be heading to Telma's bar to wrap up to do a quest that'll allow us to get to the next story area. But there's one thing I want to show off.
Yeah. DJ Toku, I've not thought about Gravion in years. It's surprising because, okay, you might not follow me on Twitter, but I built the Motoroids. They are on the set right now.
Okay, so... Polish footwear? What the hell are you talking about? Is this guy really, like, doing this?
Yes.
Hold on,
Okay, so you have to get your shoes polished somewhere?
Well, the point is, like, this shop right here has some nice items, but the guy who runs it is a complete a-hole. Like he's selling the magic armor for 9,000 rupees.
Highway robbery.
Don't worry, there is a chain quest. There's a series of quests that will make it so that that guy will get what's coming to him.
Yeah, Golden Garo's about to go off to interview. Good luck, by the way.
Yep, good luck, bro.
Yeah. And then DJ Toku, Media Hood, and Prime Pseudocron are confused about Dante's actors. Yeah, Dante's American voice actor was the Japanese beef fighter Yanma, and then Dante's Japanese actor is Toshiyuki Morikawa. I have a video on that later this year.
You made it. How you been, honey?
Hey.
This handsome young man is the infamous Link.
Link to what?
The past? There's been a disturbing turn of events in the Western Desert, so he's gone to check it out. Let's see here.
Emerald DC, how good is Gravion? It's a Masami Obari series. Like, I really don't need to say more than that. You know what to expect from Masami Obari going in.
Hello, person that we've clearly never met before.
Which, if you don't know what the significance of Masami Obari, slightly perverted, good character acting, good stories, and fantastic action.
Also, Lelouch plays a role in the game.
Story. Yeah, Jun Fukuyama, who voices Lelouch in Code Geass in Japanese, had also before Code Geass voiced Soga in Gravion, the main pilot of the Gravion mechs.
And there's also a cross-dressing.
Yes.
Get in the maid outfit. Now, you might be wondering, like, I never thought that was, like, so funny that, like, Mr. Sandman decided castle full of maids.
Actually, there is a question. Did Lelouch ever get put in a maid outfit by Millie?
Then all of a sudden, Millie's like, what did I think of that?
DJ Toku is asking slightly perverted. If you've not heard of her, look up, Google Mizuki Tachibana. That's all I really need to say on the matter.
Yep. Oh, Mizuki Tachibana. The Tachibana bloodline.
Pure Crystal, didn't Masami Obari direct a few, adult anime per se? I mean, he kind of does,
like, Masami Obari does what a Masami Obari does, like...
He's probably the second biggest, animator for jiggle physics beyond Gainax.
Or, like, but it's like, you know, the man just wants to draw the hot ladies. I can't... Who am I to, like...
It's a popcorn flick situation. You could get mad, but there's no point.
Right, why would you? Because you kind of...
You knew what you were getting. You knew what was going to happen going in.
I thought it was about time for you to arrive. Master Link, is it?
Besides, the expectations of fan service have moved so beyond that a lot of Masami Obari's earlier stuff is kind of more tame in comparison these days.
The Gerudo Desert once held a prison built to hold the worst criminals this land has ever known. The criminals who were sentenced to death were sent directly to the underworld by a cursed mirror that was kept in the prison. So, yeah, that's kind of friggin' dark for Hyrule. Like, alright, we're sending you to death. Where am I going to be sent to? Shadow Realm? And the prison is condemned, and even the road leading to the desert is impassable. The desert at world's end, it still holds the cursed mirror in the mouths of the doomed inmates.
Okay, so we need to first get Calypso.
Heh. These old bones know that the evil currently plaguing Hyrule is related to this wicked place, but I've come to learn the truth. Master Link, I must ask, what will you do now? Don't tell me you plan to enter the desert and confirm my suspicions with your own eyes. Hell yeah! Is that so? Then let good old Aru help you out. You see Lake Hylian below us? A man in fire runs an amusement ride of sorts there. Give him this. Alright. Down below! Swim. Swim.
Media reviews. So the prisoners of the Gerudo were sent to the Phantom Zone. Wonder if they ever met Terrence Stamp. DJ Toku was confused by me saying slightly perverted. Nothing slight about that. Honestly, the standards of what counts as fan service for anime has changed so drastically that Masami Obari's quote-unquote extremes are far more tame than they used to be. Like, Godanar is more extreme than Gravion is.
Oasis Flight, right? So here you go, one of our secret options, you know. Alright. Oh boy, we get to go to a cannon!
Again. Care of Death. Oh, Death, before I forget, thoughts on the Gundam Build Metaverse kits that have been announced before. We're getting the Plutens. We are getting the frickin' Plutens.
What about the new Shin Burning?
What about the new Shin Burning? That's on the list too.
Yep. Alright! Fire!
My only disappointment is the new Build Strike is an entry grade.
But here's the thing, it doesn't look like an entry grade.
I think it's a reproduction of the Strike entry grade that came out more recently. Like, you know, remodeling it.
Wait, Link. Oh,
Pure Crystal, hey Destin, I know you don't like Muppet marionette puppets and clowns, but I want to know your opinion on Jim Henson's The Muppets. I love The Muppets. Like, Jim Henson is fantastic. I did not like Muppet Babies, but everything I've ever seen of the Muppet live-action series and movies I've liked, and Farscape is my favorite sci-fi series, and that was done by the Jim Henson Company. I have genuinely nothing bad to say about the Jim Henson Company or the Muppet Productions.
Oh, look at Midna being cute here. Before we go on, there's something I want you to hear. Do you remember what the spirit said about the fused shadows? What do you think happened to the magic wielders who tried to rule the sacred realm? They were banished. They were chased across the sacred lands of Hyrule and driven into another realm by the goddesses.
So, because the nature of darkness was misunderstood, atrocities were done against them.
There was another world entirely, the antithesis of Hyrule, where the sun shines bright. Its denizens became shadows that could not mingle with the light. Eventually, most came to call it the Twilight Realm, and from it, none could return to the world of light. They were forever doomed to live in the twilight, fading in the half-light of dusk mere shadows of Hyrule.
Primus vs. Unicon, Midna being sus.
This is the history of the Twilight, as it has been passed down from our ancestors.
Unfortunately, they have lost their sparkle.
Do you now understand what I am? I'm a descendant of the tribe that was banished to the Twilight Realm.
She mad.
It was a peaceful place until Zant took control of the Twilight Realm and transformed all the Twilight into shadow beasts.
Yeah.
So yeah, all those beasts are actually denizens of the Twilight Realm. It's clear to me now that he somehow gained a great evil power, previously unknown to our tribe.
He has gained the power of giant evil columns.
In any case, I was sent from there and could no longer get into the Twilight Realm without his power. But there's another tale told by my people. Though the goddesses forbade us to return to the world of light, they left one link between the light and the darkness.
That link is Link.
Something called the Mirror of Twilight was passed to the protectors of Hyrule. It is our only path to the Twilight Realm, and we must get there. You'll come with me, won't you? Sure. It's really here where we started to see like the different facets of Minda. First, she was like all impish and stuff, but you know, after
bridging a connection.
Yeah,
like that's a lot of imp characters where they play that prankster to keep people away, and then the second they get connected to people, they're less mischievous towards them. And everyone else is still fair game, but
right.
They get to the point where they have a standard where they won't where they won't inflict the worst themselves on the people they care about. Not the way I wanted to state it, but I hate when I blank on words.
But honestly, like, Minda is a top-tier character for the Zelda franchise for a reason.
Because they present a broad range of a character with her. It's like, it's not just one thing. You see why in the range why she does, and actually why she does throughout the course of things.
Exactly. And also the whole idea of, like, the Twilight Realm, like, or the people doing the forbidden magic, may not have exactly been harmful. Like, sure, they were trying to conquer the shadow, like, the Hyrule and stuff, but banishing them to an entire another dimension, like, wholesale, like, feels a bit extreme. Right?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Primus versus Unicron. What happened to the Gerudo and Twilight Princess anyways? Ganon. Like, it's a fair bet it's Ganon.
Oh, that's a familiar object in the distance.
Yes, very familiar.
I didn't mean to do that!
Itchy face. Okay, they're asking if whether the Jim Henson Company was doing the effects work for the FNAF movie, and apparently they are.
Yes, they are, actually. Believe it or not, all the suits that we're going to be seeing are fully animatronic.
So that's Muppet technology.
Yeah, like actual Muppet technology is making the FNAF suits come to life, which is the whole FNAF suits in the first place.
The irony of the Muppets recently doing the Muppet Haunted Mansion. It's like, now it's the Muppet Haunted Pizzeria. Yay!
But, like, honestly, like, I'm really happy that they're doing practical effects for that movie. Whether it's good or not remains to be seen, but it's clear that a lot of time has been put into the production.
Yeah, because honestly, the best effects out there are special effects augmenting practical effects. It's like, you don't need to do special effects all day, every day, with how expensive that graphical render can be, but if you can do a mix, like, lay the groundwork of the special effects with an actual physical suit, then you're going to do better than had it just been all practical suit that might not look right and all CGI insert. And I'm betting you have to change into a wolf to jump the stones.
Oh, I remember this puzzle. We'll be back here later.
Also, the irony of the Jim Henson Company intentionally doing a horror movie.
Instead of,
unintentionally making a horror movie. Also, yes, it is weird that they used Muppet as an insult in Britain, considering the Muppet Show was shot in the United Kingdom. Or, not shot, filmed. Also, the amusing thing that the Jim Henson Company did the original Yoda puppet simply because George Lucas was using a filming stage right across from the Muppet Show. that is for Star Wars Episode 4. The original one when they were doing that was when the Muppet Show was in production. They were neighbors with filming stages.
Hey, old Kermit the Frog here. Actually, a Sith Lord.
Yeah. Terror Death, we need more Muppet specials. Yeah, it's just a matter of the right material. Also, I want a home video version of the Muppet 3D Theater special from Disney World if they ever actually close that down. Hopefully they've not closed that down. Because that is the best show in the entire place.
What member to the Lord?
Yeah. Okay, so for those, I think I need to go back to get a 4-point, but basically that's the missing piece of bridge that was taken from earlier in the story. But now that we got a war point there, we're just going to go back there any time, so...
Yeah.
His name is Lincoln, he's running on the sand. Oh crap.
Shadow Wars. John 556, are we going to Arbiter's Grounds next to getting the Beyblade?
Ah, you're spoiling it!
No, we're not getting the Beyblade, we're getting the Meteor Storm Punisher. Terror of Death. Speaking of lost Disney stuff, anyone remember the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show? I do!
I remember that! Wow!
That one was weird because it ran longer than you think it did. But it was all on solely the Disney Channel in an era where Disney Channel was inconsistently connected to cable. Heh. Videoed reviews. Remember, walk without rhythm. Don't attract the worms.
What worms?
Yes. Ida Reviews is asking about the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show. It was late 90s, and it was more... It shifted from them creating shrinking technology to the protagonist's dad of the story being just a quirky inventor. Which, he technically wasn't the original, but they had to completely recast everything because, you know, none of... years past the point of the original movies, and, you know... Kids were older, and, I'm forgetting the guy's name.
Rick Moranis?
Rick Moranis was not available. Yeah, it was basically one of those low-budget Super Science series where they had to deal with the weird adventure of the week. Think Jimmy Neutron, but instead of Jimmy Neutron being a boy genius, he was an absent-minded father. John556, who is your favorite horoscope in Force? Mine was Virgo. I have remembered the battle fight.
With you, do you think?
Emerald DC got a chance to see your Access Episode 1 review, and I remember something from it in the sequel. It seemed that some people hated cross fusion, Access and Stream elements, couldn't find the reason. It's because to them it turned into a Power Rangers series. And this was in the era before a lot of people knew about Super Sentai at all, to realize the people who wrote the show wrote on Super Sentai. Thus, it was written by people who did write Power Rangers. But yeah, a lot of people who didn't like Power Rangers were kind of ridiculing the show for it, since it seemed like it was against, you know, what the story engine of the Battle Network games did. But the thing is, to do a weekly series, you kind of need more than just the same thing over and over again. Cross Fusion enabled different means of depicting the battles and storytelling with it that were dealt with a lot of the limitations of it. So by storytelling advancement, people might have complained, but there was nothing wrong with it in and of itself. I kind of get into that more in the later arc, which making more options for storytelling with a bunch of characters is usually a good thing. Oh yeah, it's basically the same problem people had with Digimon Frontier. Mainly because they got rid of the Digimon partners in that case, when a lot of the problem in the previous seasons was they weren't appropriately characterizing the partner relationships, so getting rid of them for a season when the writing staff was struggling them to begin with made logistical sense. Like, it allowed for stronger characterization with the active cast, and you could still not like that for it because the partner dynamic was part of what made Digimon work, but stronger characterization is still a merit of Digimon Frontier. Earlier, I found cross-fusion to be a natural conclusion given how the show emphasizes the connection of Operator and NetNavi. Even as a kid, I liked it. Yeah, that's why it worked, but again, it's the parallels to other things that the audience might not like or understand, which is an unfortunate problem with a lot of these contextless complaints. Like, it's not an actual fault of the show that it went that way. Yeah.
Run like the wind, Link. Run!
Okay, I just saw this on Facebook. I have an idea for a campaign where the humans are the bad guys. I swear, if this is another movie plot. So all the fantasy races have formed a holy alliance against the heretical humans. They seek a powerful holy relic that will allow them all to become gods themselves. The humans are also searching for this powerful relic, but they want to destroy it. The humans accidentally release a zombie-like fungus monster that wants to take over the planet. It's up to your party to find the relic, fighting magically augmented humans and the fungus monster before the world is destroyed. Jesse, that's just Halo from the Covenant's perspective. John556, did you guys watch Appmon? No.
Nope.
Like, I'm pretty sure that was just done to promote a mobile game, which none of us really got invested in. Granted, Ghost Game was kind of built out to advertise the Vital Brace, but the Vital Brace has just boomed into its own thing at this point, due to how many characters you can put on those. Granted, I got one, but the problem was the Vital Brace watch was too bulky and the strap wasn't large enough for me. Also, the battery life sucked. Joeson, it was okay, it was apparently connected to a 3DS game, but same difference. Yeah, pretty much. Considering they had to reboot Digimon Adventure after Appmon, and it's probably, yeah, it is probably the most overall forgettable Digimon series. The Terror of Death, it sees Digimon Frontier as more Digimon Saint Seiya, less Digimon Sentai. Yeah, that is understandable and a respectable viewpoint. It's just, it's easier to compare it to Sentai because made by Toei and period in which it released where most Westerners would not be aware of Saint Seiya. Bradley Harris's main complaint with Frontier is that 4 of 6 kids never went past the Beast Spirit evolution, which is fair, which is completely fair criticism, and that is a Toei writing trope problem, where it is always the main protagonist that gets all the power-ups, and maybe one other person that acts as the secondary, the second writer, for lack of a better phrase on this. Like, this is also early 2000s, where they understood that people want all the main characters to get some form of mutual power-up. So the fact that the other characters even got their second forms is different. But at least in the canon of the Digimon material, they have those hybrid spirit forms. They didn't access their ancient spirit forms, but they still got something.
And the bridge is now fixed.
Bradley Harris, Tamers and Sabers / Data Squad got it right by giving all the main cast megaforms. That worked best because it was kept to a small group of 3, 4, and didn't try to branch it out. Whereas, I think the reason why Frontier didn't was simply because it was a six person main group. Plus, you know, Tamers and Sabers are built pretty much differently than the other Digimon series.
Honestly, I feel like Sabers might be, like, underappreciated.
Like I said a couple years ago when I reviewed the game and the OVA, my issue was mainly I did not have access to the dub.
Oh yeah, like, I did manage to find it dubbed, but that wasn't on TV. That was, like, way after the fact, right?
Yeah. Peace. Saw the pyramid in the background and Imperial March started playing in my head. Damn you, Linkara!
Oh, crap. Oh no, oh no. Ow. Ow. You see, for he who controls the Master Sword controls the universe. And for those who, those masters have been getting those wolf skills, this place has been foreshadowed, like, ever since we got our first, sword skill.
Oh, it's the tournament grounds.
Or, no, that's the prison.
Citadels.
Alright, I think we should be approaching time.
Oh, it is an hour and 52 in, yes. Media Hood Reviews. Keep hitting that hog, Alexis, you'll get some decent bacon out of it.
Eh.
Okay, I'm not surprised it cost that much. The SJHU Shin Universe Project Robo apparently cost $235.
Yeah.
It is apparently fully transformable between all the figures, so that's probably why. Airboat DC, speaking of Ghost Game, I'm surprised how many episodes it got. Usually Digimon season lasts a good 45, 52 episodes. Seeing it go OG cover lengths of episodes was shocking. Probably because that's around the length the Digimon Adventure reboot got. Like, decompress the story a bit so it doesn't feel like it's rushed, which apparently has been a problem with the last few Digimon series, where they have so many ideas for it, but they don't know what to do with them. But honestly, the issue some might view on that is that they have so many ideas, but they don't always get the good ones. Because I hear some of the criticisms of Ghost Game post its conclusion, it's like it didn't really have a plot for a long time. And it's like, if you want to go episodic series, that's fine, but can also pretend that there's some greater mystery going on when you have episodic plots.
So remember when Media Hood said something about slicing open a boar and getting bacon?
Yes, that was like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, we sliced open a boar, we stole their meat, and we got heartbeats out of it.
Yeah.
Ah, we got ourselves a... this asshole.
And then there's this asshole.
Ow! Get out of here, you Shrek wannabe. Ow. I'll be back. Ow. Ow. Yeah, that's right. You better run. Oh, crap.
Heh, peace. I know it's late, but if you're hungry for a hunk of fat and juicy meat, eat my buddy Pumbaa here because he is a treat.
Alrighty. I think.
My gummy.
Orbing to someplace safe. Oh, another orb site guy.
Yeah, Poe.
Oh.
Right, I think that I'm. Oh wait, we gotta.
Made a pink hum.
Alright, I think we're gonna call it here because beyond this door right here.
Next dungeon.
Yeah, the Arbiter Grounds. Decided to be probably one of the best dungeons in this game.
Neat. Okay, we will set that up for next week then. Thank you everybody for coming by. Nice chatting with you all. We will see you later.
Alright, bye everyone.